Welcome to our channel. Megyn Kelly blasts George Clooney's Biden piece after actor said he's not quite sure how she's a journalist. Megyn Kelly is firing back at George Clooney after he mentioned her in a recent interview. The former Fox News host began Wednesday's episode of The Megyn Kelly Show on SiriusXM with an 11-minute rant against the actor, who criticized her during a conversation with Patti LuPone on Variety's Actors on Actors, and also included footage of her in a video montage at the end of his play Good Night and Good Luck. After mocking the actor's weirdly dyed jet black hair, Kelly criticized Clooney for waiting to publish his opinion piece calling on Joe Biden to drop out of the 2024 presidential race until after his debate against Donald Trump. Clooney has lots of thoughts about how journalists need to do journalism, Kelly said, arguing that his new play, which centers on journalist Edward R. Murrow, lectures the audience about journalistic standards. Like he does it mainly. Like stumbling upon the biggest story of the decade, that a sitting president is mentally infirm and ought to be 25th Amendment-ed right out of office and then burying it, saying absolutely nothing for weeks on end. Clooney's piece was published on July 10th, 2 weeks after the June 27th debate, and nearly a month after the actor hosted a fundraiser for Biden's campaign on June 15th. Only after that president humiliates himself on the national stage at a presidential debate and then refuses to step down as the entire Democrat Party watches its electoral chances up and down the ticket go swirling down the toilet, Clooney finally decides to write an op-ed in the New York Times saying Joe Biden is not up for the job, Kelly said. "That's not journalism, George, it's cowardice," followed by naked partisanship. In the Actors on Actors conversation, Clooney took a swipe at Kelly while explaining her inclusion in the Good Night and Good Luck montage. "We don't tell people what to think when we show that montage at the end, for instance," he said. "You see Megyn Kelly, who's come out and said I'm not a journalist." "I didn't say I was a journalist," LuPone chimed in. "Neither is she, by the way." Clooney touted his own experience overseas while jabbing at Kelly's career. "I'm not quite sure what she's done," he said. "I've at least been to Darfur and Sudan and the Congo and been shot at to try and get stories out. And I'm not quite sure what she's done to be a journalist. Having said that, we only show her words in this play. We don't tell people what to think. It's not out of context. We don't manipulate it. We literally just go, these are your words." Kelly called LuPone Broadway's biggest and oldest bully in Wednesday's broadcast. "She's an angry woman," she said. "Very angry, like so many leftist women. So she and George get together and start navel-gazing on stage about themselves, of course, and their vaunted profession, and how bad, how just terrible the media is." Kelly went on to say that it's no surprise that Clooney didn't know about her journalistic experience and took several minutes listing people she has interviewed, including the infamous Colorado baker who refused to bake a cake for a gay couple, a January 6th rioter, and a suicidal veteran, who she thinks Clooney doesn't care about. Sign up for Entertainment Weekly's free daily newsletter to get breaking TV news, exclusive first looks, recaps, reviews, interviews with your favorite stars, and more. No, you had no interest in stories like that actually probed the minds of regular Americans and found out why they did the things you only had an urge to demonize in your elite Hollywood circles, Kelly said. "That's not the kind of fearless journalism you're talking about." Kelly later praised Clooney's Three Kings and The Perfect Storm co-star, Mark Wahlberg, for adapting these kinds of stories. "It's been mostly Mark Wahlberg who shows any interest in our troops." The host ultimately said that she believed Clooney mentioned her because we hurt his thin-skinned Hollywood feelings here on the show. Good Night and Good Luck plays on Broadway through June 8th.